How we manage water in our cities in the 21st century will affect the quality of our health and the sustainability of our way of life. I'm Majora Carter, and I've spent much of my life working to inspire people where I live and across the nation to recognize that we are the essential ingredients for solving the environmental challenges we all face today. And ensuring that we have access to clean water is critical to sustaining our life on this planet. I'll be your guide on a journey across the country in search of communities that are adopting new ways of thinking about how to protect, restore, and preserve our rivers and the sources of our drinking water. With every storm, Philadelphia is confronted with a major environmental problem that's caused by the rain. Even with as little as a quarter inch of rainfall, the city's combined sewer system can overflow into the Schuylkill and Delaware rivers, the sources of drinking water for Philadelphia.
Just had a significant rain event, and the boat is actively picking up the trash and debris. We collect waste, debris, and floatables on the river that occur during land runoff or through our infrastructure. And what you're seeing right now is the outfall of the Mill Creek combined sewer overflow. And what you're hearing right now is the pipe is in active discharge. Stormwater combined with sewage is flowing out of the pipe right now. 90% stormwater, around 10% sewage.
Like most older cities, Philadelphia has a combined sewer system throughout a large part of the city. Both sewage and stormwater flow into the same pipes. During dry weather, it's not a problem, but when it rains and a pipe fills the capacity, electronic sensors are triggered. Sewage and stormwater containing pollutants from the streets are discharged into the river, violating the Federal Clean Water Act and generating millions of dollars in fines.
And EPA has been demanding of most cities that they build big tunnels, big tanks, big storage systems in order to be able to handle the additional flow from rainfall. The problem is they cost $8–10 billion, and we didn't have $8 to $10 billion. So we took a different attitude. We said, why don't we try to manage the water before it gets into the system? Every dollar we spend gets spent on the surface, creating a more sustainable city. We call it green infrastructure, others call it green stormwater infrastructure. Whatever you call it, it's really about managing the rainwater and doing it in a way that gives some extra benefit back to the community.
On April 10, 2012, the leaders of the City of Philadelphia and the Federal Environmental Protection Agency announced an historic agreement. It allowed the city to institute Green City Clean Waters, a program to transform a third of the city's hard surfaces with green infrastructure as the primary solution to stop the polluting of its rivers.
Green City Clean Waters is our commitment to spend $2 billion over the next 25 years for these improvements. This will be the largest single investment of environmental dollars in the city for that time period. So this is the real deal.
Yes, thank you all so much.
We signed this agreement with the EPA. It was just a wonderful day, and what it left me with was, wow, we've finished our planning, we've finished our stakeholder involvement, bringing people together in partnership, and now we have to actually implement this thing. Portland was one of the first cities that we looked at as models for us. What I saw in Portland made me think about Philadelphia and that, yes, we can do this.
So I took the representatives from Philadelphia around the city and showed them these different projects. There were about a dozen or so at that time. And today we have thousands. I'm a landscape architect, and I worked for the city of Portland for 25 years. I got into landscape architecture because I just love this interaction between people and nature. We live in our cities and create these hard surfaces. When it rains, it doesn't soak into pavement, it runs off, and then it runs into the stormwater system and carries the pollutants. The landscape wasn't intended to take that water. So the idea was to change how we design things. So instead of having the landscape higher, make the landscape slightly lower than the pavement, and then let the water run off into the landscape. And then this runoff would soak into the ground. The plants would help make the ground more permeable. You'd get a lot of infiltration, so you would recharge groundwater. Just do it opposite of how we have been doing it. Well, what if you don't have landscape? Or what if you have a building and that's all there is a building? And then it struck me, well, why not put the landscape on the roof? Would it manage stormwater? And I did that and tested it for 2 years on my little garage, and it worked.
We put green roofs on as many public buildings as we can. We have many now private developers putting green roofs on their buildings because there are demonstrated benefits to it. It holds the water, it evaporates some of that water back through the plant material into the atmosphere. So you're sort of mimicking nature.
Philadelphia appears to have said, green infrastructure works, and let's use it in our plan to meet the requirements to solve our combined sewer overflow problem. And that's very impressive because they're the first city to do that.
Our goals are to place 10,000 greened acres around Philadelphia. That is a dramatic change. We're talking about doing it over a 25-year period. So this 5 years is really the experimental time. It's the time when we figure out what are the good designs for how you take water and infiltrate it into the ground.
As part of the Green City Clean Waters program, the Philadelphia Water Department is experimenting with an innovative approach to capturing stormwater on the properties of individual homeowners.
Yeah, come towards me.
We have a lot of residential customers in the city of Philadelphia, and we wanted them to be able to participate in Green City Clean Waters right in their own backyards. The goal of the program is to provide something that benefits them and helps the city of Philadelphia. And so through the program, the water department helps pay for the cost of installing stormwater management tools. So if the water from your front walk is running into the street, then that would be a good opportunity for us to do something. So I've been with the water department a year now, and I studied urban and environmental planning, and I was really interested in Green City Clean Waters. Philadelphia's leading the way there, and I wanted to be a part of that. Whatever shape you
The water department will reimburse up to a 6-foot-long planter box. Okay. On this particular property, she has a couple of good options, one of which would be a rain garden in the front yard, which would be, a nice little landscaped space. It'll look great. It'll soak in a fair amount of stormwater.
So then you'll have part of your crew working here and part of them working on the downspout.
The piping work, yes.
We're actually putting water back into the earth. The way that this place is supposed to manage stormwater is by percolating it through the ground and returning it clean to our watersheds. And I think that's what's really innovative about our stormwater program here in Philadelphia. We're not digging up the streets, we're sort of letting the earth really manage the stormwater for Philadelphia.
It's really one drop at a time. We're helping educate homeowners on things that they can do, and we're trying to reduce runoff from every property where we can. So one house here, one house there, pretty soon you're talking real impact.
Providing incentives to homeowners is only one way to change how a city manages stormwater. The Philadelphia Water Department is also attempting to have a major impact on its commercial customers by instituting a new charge for stormwater.
So the more stormwater you send into our system, the more you should pay for that. How much land do you have and how much of it is impervious, and those two things determine how much your stormwater bill is going to be.
Newman Company is a paperboard manufacturing company. We take newspaper, corrugated, mixed office waste. We combine it in process, we clean it, we screen it, we refine it. We sheet it, we sell it to our customers, and they'll form it into a package. Water is the lifeblood of any paper mill. It is what facilitates manufacturing. We will be close to $700,000 next year for our water expense. It's a lot of money. The implementation of the stormwater charge really sent us over. That's when we realized that there are things that we can do that will save us money. The best motivator was hitting you in the wallet, and it was very effective. We explored ways that we could potentially implement surface water management strategies.
We constructed a drainage system to harvest the rainwater from the roof of this building. Now that water is conveyed to this storage tank here, about 30,000 gallon storage tank. The rainwater is harvested in that storage tank, is introduced into the paper manufacturing process.
And it is displacing water that we would otherwise have to buy from the city. I'd love to say I have altruistic intentions, but I must say that the driver initially was the economics. It made economic sense to implement these changes.
The way green infrastructure works and the way it becomes cost effective is when you balance green infrastructure with other growth and development needs of a city. When you build a green street by itself, it costs $1 million. When you build a green street on top of a sewer relay, where you're already going to have to rebuild the street, the green street portion of it goes down to $300,000. The big time to make the change is when something is being changed already.
Educating the public about managing stormwater includes reaching out to parents, teachers, and students at local schools. With financial help from the Water Department, Greenfield Elementary, in the heart of Philadelphia, was one of the first schools in the city to redesign its schoolyard to prevent stormwater runoff.
The schoolyard was completely all asphalt. There was 2 large green dumpsters that would ooze trash muck on a daily basis. So when it would rain, those pollutants would run into the stormwater system and run out to the Schuylkill River.
My hands are wet.
There's now a play space for kids that actually is a play space and not a parking lot. In addition, the water percolates down through the semi-permeable surface and is diverted by these mounds that allow the water to percolate through instead of running out and into the storm drain and out to the river.
Parents really drove the process, and we were able to team up with the Water Department. They saw us as a good pilot project because we had a motivated group of parents and teachers to set an example for everyone else. The schoolyard now is about 50% porous, including 2 rain gardens and an agriculture zone.
Another beetle grub. Oh, another one.
We also use it as an educational outdoor classroom.
We have 4 beetle grubs. That's awesome.
So teachers will bring classes out here to work on various different projects.
When we come out tomorrow, we're going to collect all the samples. We're going to take a good look at what we have.
Once they put the gardens in, we had soil, we had trees, organisms started showing up. We started migrating outside and using all of the gardens as part of the science lab.
Do you eat beetle larvae?
No.
Has 2 legs per body segment, so what's it going to be?
Now that we have the gardens, we just have everything we really need here, and we don't have to go to other places. Now we can just use our own environment as science.
So many small changes we can make have such a large impact. Just by doing a small urban garden, the amount of water you can absorb and then enhance your environment is incredible. So the more awareness we can raise through our kids and through our teachers and our community of what really should be common sense. And sometimes we get stuck in a rut, not realizing that we're accepting something that could easily be changed and improved.
Transforming how a major city manages its stormwater can't be accomplished by one city agency alone. To transform the fabric of a neighborhood, it requires partnerships with grassroots organizations with boots on the ground.
We are a nonprofit that does free critical repairs for low-income homeowners. That includes energy efficiency work, health and safety repairs, and anything critical to a home. but we cluster that work on blocks where we do multiple homes.
Brown Street.
And today our focus is on the stormwater management piece.
Today we are installing downspout planters, and that's a box that goes at the bottom of a downspout, and it manages roof runoff that comes down your downspout, and you can plant it like a regular planter.
I've learned about sustainability and consumption and all that, and that's a good way to conserve water. And also it looks nice when you put your flowers in there. I want to put mint in mine. Yes, I'm going to make tea, but I'm going to make mojitos also.
The water department has taken a truly grassroots approach to sort of, we'll do it bucket by bucket, house by house.
We absolutely hope that we can educate more people about the environment and stormwater management specifically for the water department. And I think we've been able to build community as well.
Smaller pieces of glass, and we get a container. There's containers.
And we also have a group creating the beginnings of a community garden on a vacant lot.
The garden project was my idea, so I want to just see it all come together. We're going to start with some tomatoes, some lettuce, some peppers, some okra, some beans, and just, look forward to planning for next summer's crop. I think those are going to be flower beds over there.
Our neighbor wants to make this like a garden, and she wants to make this a park for the kids. So I think we're going to kind of we can play back there over here and make the garden over there. So, woo! Really can't breathe.
It's going to be wonderful for the children to have something to do. It's going to be wonderful once the vegetables start sprouting, we'll have something to eat. It's going to be wonderful for passersby that we can see the sheer beauty of it all. And it's just a good thing. I'm very happy about it.
Philadelphia is at the beginning of a very long journey with no guarantees of success. But homeowners, businesses, schools, government agencies, and grassroots organizations throughout the city have taken the first steps on a path to creating a sustainable future, believing that Green City, Clean Waters can be an enduring model for Philadelphia and the nation.
People ask whether we can fail at this, and I don't think we can. It's really about changing how a city sees itself, how a city becomes green, how a city becomes sustainable, and that is just too important for us to fail.